Three, two, one. Hey, it's Wild Josh, and I'm joined by Chase and Ezra, and we're going to talk about Marvel crossovers because Kevin Feige recently came out and said that there would never be a Marvel Star Wars crossover. So that got us thinking, what would be a really cool Marvel crossover? Now, let's get geeky. So this conversation kind of spurned from that article that came out. So Kevin Feige comes out and says that there'll never be a Marvel Star Wars crossover. It's not surprising, but I don't think that just because someone says it will never happen, it won't actually ever happen. Because if there's enough money behind the idea, it'll happen. But I don't think Marvel and Star Wars would be my first choice, anyways. I think there could be some other really cool crossovers. So I thought we could talk about some of those. I know that when we put this out to our Discord, we got a lot of interest around a Marvel Doctor Who crossover, which kind of seems to fit because Doctor Who is an alien from a faraway galaxy. He can do all these things that normal humans can't really do, although he's not really like super powered. I guess. I don't know. He's more just like really smart and he has like a really cool gadget and a time machine and
and he's like semi-immortal.
Yeah, and he can change form when he dies.
That's not like a power or anything. That's just kind of like,
being an alien.
Feature.
Yeah.
A feature.
So there was a lot of interest around that.
It sounded like he was programmed with this. Like, this is the list of bugs. This is the list of features.
I kind of like that one because he would fall very nicely in with the Celestials. So what do you guys think? You guys are both Doctor Who fans. I see that it would be pretty cool.
It would be interesting. I'm not quite sure what the, like, I don't know, what's the common goal between the two? Because the Doctor has always been very much...
saving Earth.
Yeah, he's very much been a proponent of saving Earth, but you would think that Thanos would have been a big enough thing for him to be like, whoop, uh-oh, like, we need help, and I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, I think if they did any form of crossover, it would probably have to be like a multiverse thing. You know what I mean? Like the Doctor was from a different universe, and somehow that kind of makes sense because like, what if he accidentally in one of his journeys like stumbled into another dimension, like whoopsie, and then he sticks around to help them, take out Galactus or something. I don't know.
And you know what else I just thought of is what was the big-headed guy in Doctor Who? Remember the big head in the tank?
The face of Bo.
Oh, the face of Bo. Yeah.
Face of Bo. But then in Marvel we have MODOK. So kind of similar.
I see where you're going with this.
So you're saying
similar. That face of Bo could be an AIM creation.
So you're saying Captain Jack Harkness becomes like MODOK first before he turns into the face of Bo, and
I don't really have it all worked out.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
But I'm saying there's similarities there,
and he decides to like lead AIM to
put Wanda in a hex.
MODOK was definitely a more corrupt version of Face of Bo because Face of Bo was kind of a nice guy, but I don't know. Just thought. But after I had only put out 3 of them, right? I said Star Wars on the Discord. I had said Star Wars, Doctor Who, and then I said Transformers because we had already talked about Transformers before in another video. But the more I think about it, there's another series, and I don't even know if you guys are actually into it. Do you guys like anime?
No.
No.
I
haven't watched a lot of anime, no.
Okay, so there's a series called My Hero Academia. It's basically a world where the majority of humans have what they call quirks. So they don't call them superpowers or anything like that. They call them quirks. And it's rarer that you don't
They
have
call it a bug or a feature.
them. Yeah. So that could kind of fit in with Marvel nicely. Probably, like you said, in a alternate universe, kind of multiverse kind of thing.
So I was gonna say it sounds kind of like mutants because
It's more like mutants,
except
except the
except
problem, yeah, it's not a rarity. It's rare if you don't have one.
yeah.
Yeah. So, and that would kind of fit interesting. And most of that storyline takes place in Japan, so it could even be like a regional thing. Although I think it's supposed to be the same for the whole Earth, but it only just takes place in Japan. So, I think My Hero Academia would actually be a really good fit with Marvel. So, and it follows a school. It's a school called UA, and all these students are like really powerful quirk users. And if they graduate, they become heroes, and they can go pro and stuff like that.
So it's like Sky High.
What's Sky High?
It's a movie there's like this giant floating school in the sky, and kids go there with powers, and you get assigned. You're either gonna be trained as a hero or as a sidekick.
I guess, yeah.
You need to watch it.
I guess. Is it a kid show?
Yes,
Yeah.
Okay.
It
sounds like
it's a kids movie.
Nickelodeon
It's
teen
not
thing.
like preteen movie. Let's go with
Yeah.
that.
Okay. All right. I probably won't watch it.
No, you have
Not-
to. It's not
It's
like
not a bad. It's not for like. It's not a kiddie movie.
Yeah.
oh that yeah, all right.
So that was just my idea. But what do you guys think? What would be the Marvel crossover you'd like?
Shock and awe. Marvel and Sky High. No. I was thinking, and I'm like, well, we're heading into a huge multiverse, and why not go to the DC universe? Like, in the DC universe, they already deal with multiverses over there. Like, the Flash is in his own, Superman and Supergirl are in their own. The Legends of Tomorrow, is that the name of the group? Or is that a Marvel? Yeah, they're kind of all on their own, and they've had crossover events where they've like helped each other out. So we could end up getting into, if we're going huge into the multiverse, where like, hey, we're really strapped for heroes. We need to borrow yours. I don't know.
I mean, there's so many. No, like that's not a bad idea. But that just struck me as funny because there's so many heroes in the comics that have never even been mentioned. Like they will never run out of heroes.
Oh,
they
they
could pull
definitely. Well, like, what about when the Beyonder kills them all? Like, he traps them all on what was the name of the planet? War or something? I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah. You know, there is precedent
The
for
Arena
that
World.
because they did it in the comic books, right? They did a DC Marvel crossover into comics.
But yeah, I think it'd be very interesting. It's kind of sad that we didn't get it a long time ago, because I feel like Batman versus Iron Man would have been very interesting, kind of like the battle of the Tony Starks. I don't know. I just feel like they could have done a lot
I
with
think
that.
Iron Man would have won.
Oh, he definitely would have won, and he would have
Yeah.
been way sassier, and it would have been great. But you get,
Or-
Captain Marvel versus Superman or versus Supergirl. I don't know. Even, like, I feel like there could be like a lot of animosity that they have to overcome to fight against each other that leads to those like cheap wisecracks and cheap shots.
A lot of them are kind of like mirrors of each other, right? Like you just said, like, so you could have like Namor, the Submariner, versus Aquaman, but they're just from different multiverses, but they're really like the same origin story kind of thing. Like, I don't know, like,
Like
Flash and
yeah.
Quicksilver. I don't know. I don't know.
Flash would win in that situation.
Yeah.
But
I don't know, I just think it would be an interesting premise of them having to, like, either them fighting each other would be hilarious, and then having to come together to take down a super powerful being like the Beyonder or something. I don't know.
Mm. So what do you think, Ezra?
He's called the Beyonder because you have to go beyond the MCU. Sorry.
I don't know. I'm like, so I have one. I'll talk about in a second, but I want to, but I'm gonna say none, because if the question is what like crossover would I like to see, the answer would be none. I don't necessarily need a crossover. I think they're kind of campy and like lame.
But
you
the
know,
thing is,
'cause-
we're holding a gun to your head, and you have to choose.
Yeah, so I'll say Star Trek, and because I like Star Trek, and that's my reason. But I think if they did it, they'd have to be like, it wouldn't be like the Enterprise comes to Earth. It would be more like somehow, you know, they find this dimensional rift and they pull like some superheroes out of it into the Star Trek universe. I think is like how it would have to be. And then maybe they use them to fight the Borg or something. I don't know. It'd be interesting. Would I watch it? Probably. Would I make fun of it the whole time? Definitely. 100%.
I was just thinking, like, we pulled out a couple, right? Like DC, My Hero Academia. We talked about Doctor Who and Star Trek, and we mentioned Star Wars at the beginning. But there's so many different science fiction franchises that there could be, and I'm just like now that I'm thinking about it, it's like, what about like Avatar, or like the Alien franchise, or
Which Avatar?
Both.
no,
The
not
Last Airbender or
like
the one with the blue people?
Yeah, either really, because Last Airbender, you're talking about powered people.
The people from Pandora actually are the Kree, or they become the Kree.
They kind of look like them, they're tall.
Except they're like,
cat people instead of humanoid.
Terminator, that could be one. Like, I don't know. There's so many different ones that could really
really
be.
And Kyle's always our big shared movie universe.
I know it would have been a good one to have. But he wishes.
There would have been some crazy theories about 21 Jump Street and Men in Black all happening in the same MCU universe.
How about we just I don't know what I'm thinking. Never mind.
Okay. But yeah, there is a ton of franchises, so I'd like to hear actually what franchise that our watchers, our viewers would like to see crossed over with Marvel. Is there one? I'm sure there's a lot that we missed. Let us know in the comments after this video when it goes up, so we can maybe talk about those ones as well. But I think that's it. I mean, I was originally gravitating towards Doctor Who, kind of now resolved towards My Hero Academia. All right, thanks for watching this video. Like I said, make sure you leave a comment on what Marvel crossover you'd like to see. Subscribe to the channel, hit that bell icon so you don't miss out on any of our future videos. Thanks for watching, and until next time, we have a Hulk.
I'm Batman.
Basically, if this is true, it'd mean that Kevin Feige is a liar. Because wasn't he saying that, which was, I don't know, maybe not even a year ago now, I don't think. He said, like, we at this current moment, we have no plans to bring in the X-Men, even though, like, there was news that they could potentially do that. So if that's true, and Kevin Feige is capable of lies...
It means that Star Wars is coming to the MCU.
That's kind of what I was getting at.